Hey guys, we're with Tom and we're getting ready to do his live show on Facebook. So I thought I'd throw it up here on YouTube so everybody can enjoy. So we're going to be talking about beacons. Obviously, you know our channel, you know what black box beacons are. So if you don't, we're going to inform you.
So we're doing a kind of a dual live video here today. Thanks everyone for joining. I'm Tom Lubiewski with USA Mortgage. I'd like to give my mortgage update first. So I wanted to let you know that mortgage bonds begin the week higher, rebounding a bit from the recent steep decline. I'm advising my clients to start out the week floating as bond market battles key markers. Personal spending recorded its largest increase in more than 8 years, which is great heading into this holiday season. Right now is still a great time to buy or refinance. I've seen an increase in cash out refinances due to the increasing home values over the last year. So like I said, I have Mark Mabius with Black Box Media with me today.
Yeah.
Mark, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
So first off, how long has Black Box been around and what exactly is it?
Okay, well, so I've been in marketing for 22 years.
Okay.
And we've done everybody from Purina Mills to Webster University, Save-A-Lot, which owns all the Super Value, which owns all the Save-A-Lot stores.
Sure.
So I've been fortunate to really work with some of the great companies, especially St. Louis mainstays. They're very loyal, awesome people to work with. But when I started the company, I just wanted to help businesses grow.
Okay.
And that was my main focus. We started when we kind of caught that website wave back in the 90s.
Sure.
So that gave us a lot of skill sets that unfortunately people aren't going to websites anymore. Not as much as they used to,
Yeah.
and it's harder to get them there. So I really felt like, man, I wish I could find some technology where we could use the skill sets that our company already had and really prided ourselves on. It was our bread and butter.
Sure.
So 2 years ago, I saw an opportunity to buy a digital advertising network. And that's what Black Box is. It's a digital advertising network where we have 40-inch screens that we put up in high traffic areas, and you can put your advertisement on there. And I thought, well, this is great, but the ones I've seen were just like slideshows.
Sure.
Really boring. You get somebody's ad, kind of your business card would slide by, and that really didn't do it for me. I thought that's not good marketing, and it's not good utilization of that particular mechanism. So I thought, let's set out to make really good quality content.
Okay.
So that's what we did. And as that grew, I thought, boy, that's the number 2 advertising in the United States. Like $30 billion is spent on digital advertising.
Sure.
And I thought number 1 is mobile. Mm-hmm. It would sure be great if we could connect, have both of those things in our toolbox.
Yeah.
And I looked for something mobile, and then I ran into these, which are called beacons.
So you've got this little eraser looking thing.
Yeah.
And then this little
Black
beacon.
box.
Yeah, black box. So tell me, what do these things do?
Yeah, so it's very simple, and that's what I love about it. It sends out a signal by Bluetooth to your cell phone.
Okay.
So usually when proximity. So this is about 300 feet. This one here is about 700 feet. It's waterproof. It can go outside.
Okay.
But the idea is it just shows up on your phone just like you'd get a text message. So as you're passing by, as you're in the proximity of this device,
Mm-hmm.
you get a notification.
But you have to have your Bluetooth enabled.
Do have to have your Bluetooth on. I think a lot of people right now are probably in that. Obviously, the younger audience is like any technology. They have their Bluetooth on all the time. If you connect to your car, you probably have it on all the time.
Sure.
But the older you get, the less you think. And a lot of people think it drains your battery. So they leave it off because they've heard it drains your battery. But, I mean, I think with anything, and it doesn't necessarily drain your battery.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think when you start getting quality content on your phone that you can actually use as you're passing by, say, a restaurant, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, stop in and get a free appetizer, you're going to start using it more and more. So we are at the very beginning of this type of technology. Again, why I love it, because it's the front end of the wave, and we can start to develop really cool stuff with it.
Yeah, and when you came up to me at Masterminds and you showed me this, I'm like, okay, what's this? I need to know about it.
Yeah.
And I need to tell my realtor friends about it because you're trying. I mean, you're developing ways for realtors to use this. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, good point. So you know, with any type of marketing, I think there's good uses and not so good uses. The first one I saw was the Realtor Market, because obviously, if you've ever gone to look for a house. I'll tell you for instance. So I'm driving out. We have a house picked out. We know what the price of that house is, and we went back to take another look, see if we, you know, at a different time to see what the neighbors are like, if their dogs are barking.
Sure.
And 2 more houses showed up on the street on for sale. And I thought,
sign in the yard.
Yeah, a sign in the yard. And I thought, boy, I'd sure like to know what the cost of that house is. But by the time I call my agent, text my agent, get that information back, you know, I want it. We're all right there on our phones. We want it right
or you
now.
Could grab the flyer.
Could grab the drippy flyer that's all wet, or they're all gone because the neighbors have stolen because they want to know what you're selling your house for.
Sure.
So, you know, that's all good stuff. But that doesn't give me the information. And then quality information. I can look up the address, but it usually takes me to Zillow or someplace that doesn't have probably the most accurate information that I can get. The most accurate information I can get is the information from the real estate agents themselves saying, this is the house, this is what it looks like inside, because that's what I kind of want to see, and use it that way. So I was able to get the information, you know, if I had this on the sign out there, I would get the information right away that I needed, right at my fingertips, and I won't have to, you know, necessarily interact with anybody else. I can make my mind up, and rather than dragging my agent out there, spending another, you know, hours looking at another house that I might not want, I just get the information I need, and I was able to make the, you know.
So tell me this. So an agent, so this would like link them to an agent's website, or if the agent had a video of the listing, you know, virtual tour or what have you, it would link that directly to it. So you're sitting outside the house, your Bluetooth comes up, you click on it, you're looking at the inside of the house while you're sitting outside.
Yeah, and definitely with video, anything you can put, any content you can put on the internet is just connected by that link. So when they drive by, they'll say like 13 Elm Street, right? They click on 13 Elm Street, it pops up with a mobile-ready page. That's what we do. So we're not in the beacon selling business. Okay. Right? I mean, you can find these anywhere if you want to, but there are some limitations and things you have to do with it. And one is you have to get the right kind of content on it. So getting the right kind of content on it is our job, to make sure it shows up the right way, the information is there the right way, whether you want a virtual tour or a gallery shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's I think it's groundbreaking, man.
It's fun. It really is.
So what are kind of the limitations that you might run into with this?
So, I mean, I think with any type of marketing, you have limitations. Direct mail, obviously, you know, you used to get a 2% return. I'm sure that's probably dropped a little bit.
Right.
You know, the same with some, you know, television, radio. I love television. It's expensive, right? So each of these marketing things, if you use it the right way, A, you got to use it the right way. But B, then, you know, you have to actually get to the point where you're actually making it work effectively for you.
Sure.
So I think the most effective use of this is for retail. Like if you have a restaurant, high traffic area, you have people passing by your restaurant and you need them to come in.
Right?
Or you're listing, same for real estate agents. You need people to interact in a different way and in a positive way, not in an intrusive way. If I send an email or I send a text, somebody's going to be bugging me.
Right.
You know, I don't want to be, it's like the people who hold the clipboards at the mall. What do? You go to the other side of the mall, no matter where you're at.
Sure.
Yeah. So, you know, you try to avoid that. You want to make it a better user experience. So right now, I think the limitations are that we're showing people how to use these and getting them out there. But once it shows up with a little sign on the sign that says, hey, check your phone, you know, for a virtual tour, and I don't have to do anything else but click a link. Right. I mean, it's very simple that people will be able to educate it on.
So we've got a couple questions here. First, William Castman's asking, does it send a text or a notification within the link?
Yeah, so notification is what it is. So it's not like, it is like a text, but it's not a text. So on your phone, especially, like I said, the guys at Google created this technology. So what that means is you slide your phone over if you're on an Android, or down if you're on an iPhone. You can see the information on the notifications.
So that's one thing William asked also. He wants one of those.
Yeah.
So does it work for iPhone? So we just answered that. Can you change the link?
I have the beacon plugged into the computer. What happens is we set everything up on here and connect it We're live on YouTube as well. So, yeah. So once it's there, it's basically a website on the internet, and we can change that information anytime we want. So, agent, you sell the house, like we had that happen the other day for Rick and Tracy Ellis. Before we even got the beacon out the door, the house sold, right? So we needed to reprogram that. Simple, easy to do. We just changed the page for the next listing that they want to list.
Awesome. Mike Grove says, Tom, thanks for having one of my neighbors on. So, Mike.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike. So, where do you see this type of technology going? I guess is my next question.
That's the exciting thing for me is that it's really a very stable technology because it comes from Google. So we're excited about that. It's right where we need it to be, which is on people's iPhones and cell phones. But at the same time, there's lots of other technology that we can start to program into these devices. So I don't know if it's creepy or it's great to get to the point where as I pass by a store, it knows who I am and it knows my buying habits and it entices me that way.
Yeah.
But that's where it's at really right now if we wanted it to be. I just don't know if the consumer's ready. I'm not ready. I mean, I just would feel awkward every time I walk past 31 Flavors. It goes, hey, it's Mark again, right?
We got the Reese's Sundays.
Right. It's like, so all the places I don't want my wife knowing I'm going are going to show up somewhere in a database. So, but I think that is the use of it. All of a sudden, you're walking around with content available to you, quality content that now is a little bit more customized to you. And that's not next year. I mean, it's already here. Mm-hmm. It's going to take, again, the consumer to say, yeah, that's what I want more than anything else.
William, again, very cool. Thank you. Please message me or tag me in the post with your contact info. So we'll give that out. So tell me this: what are the cost of these?
So I love solutions that don't cost a fortune. I think when it comes to marketing, it's the biggest black hole for any business. And that's from Purina Mills, Webster University. Webster University, we're spending tens of thousands of dollars on stuff that I even suggested, hey, you need to cut this back, So I'm always looking for the right solution at the right price. I love this because, again, the solution, the device itself doesn't cost very much. It's like $30 or $40 for the device. And then we go in and program it for $2.99. Okay. So we create the programming, we could customize it. We also make sure that your link, there's a certain part of this where if you don't do it right, then Google will delist you, which means you won't show up like you should. So we want to make sure that we do that right, make sure the content's right on that. Okay. So that's $2.99 and then just $20 a month.
Okay.
So, and people had asked about multiples and things like that.
Right.
We're happy to provide that. It's just with each one, if we're doing custom programming for each one, obviously there's a cost to that.
So Julia Weingart, if I drive by a listing, how would I know this is available for the house?
Yeah, I think initially we're going to have to put signs on there saying, hey, I've got a virtual tour, check your phone, make sure, turn on your Bluetooth, that type of thing. But beyond that, people are going to get into the habit of doing, exactly what we want them to do. So a little bit of challenge on the front end, but it's also very cool technology. So
it is.
As if I'm selling my house and my agent comes to me and goes, hey, we're putting this Bluetooth beacon out there, I found this great device and I'm taking care of you in that way. I guarantee it's going to be worth it to you, just to have that perception with the seller. Mm-hmm. It creates a lot of goodwill between you and the seller that you're actually doing something that right now most agents aren't.
Sure. And you mentioned that anybody that mentions our live video today, that they'll get a discount? Yeah, so
we're going to add Ask Tom, so ASKTOM, to our shopping cart at blackbox.media. So it's blackbox.media, and we'll add that later so you can find it. But afternoon today, if you want to go back to the website and you want to order and add in Ask Tom, we're going to give you 2 months free. So that's $40 off of your monthly fee. We normally charge that up front, but we'll pass it along so you can get it right away and get going.
Awesome. Thanks for doing that. So I appreciate you coming in. If you could give everyone, you just gave them your website, but if you can give them your phone number and contact information.
Sure. Our phone number is 636-300-9000, 636-300-9000. Again.
Great number.
Yeah, thanks. BLKBOX Media. And if you can go and check it out there, we'd love to have you as a customer. I think this is a great opportunity. Again, the way Tom and I met is I went to a traditional networking meeting.
Absolutely.
And said, here, I got this thing, and I'm walking around with this, what he calls an eraser, in my hand. He's like, hey, what's that? That's pretty cool. You can use it that way too. So you don't necessarily have to put it on a sign. Buy one of these at $20 a month if you're walking around with it in your pocket. I mean, it's going to be worthwhile to you to make connections with new people and have something fun and cool. It's a conversation piece, if nothing else, to start.
Well, and I asked for your business card, and you said it's already on your phone.
It's on your phone. Just you got everything you need to know about me.
Yeah. Right. So also you can contact me if you have any questions about mortgages, refinances. You can message me here on Facebook, or you can call me at 314-780-4800. Or you can email me at toml@usa-mortgage.com. I appreciate everyone joining. I appreciate all the questions. We'll get back to those questions later if we haven't answered your question. I thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next week. Thanks again, Mark, for joining me. Appreciate it.